was another quick one. Today's 3 p.m. on on the eastern side of the coast of the United States. That's what we're going to be trying to have our lives every time. But guys, welcome. We're trying this daily challenge. As always, it's the new day 2 of this daily challenge in June, and I'm glad that you guys are with me today. What's going on, Angela? Welcome. I'm glad to see that you are here with me. You're always a true supporter. I'm going to get started. I'm going to start off with a poll for those that are going to be joining. And I know that you guys are going to have some questions in regards to this topic today. Today, we're going to be discussing what is ManyChat. We're going to be breaking down a couple different aspects of that question, including what is ManyChat, how does ManyChat work, and how to set up ManyChat. We're going to kind of go through the brief aspect of it, but it will give you guys a real good viewpoint in regards to what is this amazing tool that everybody has been talking about on Instagram. So what I want to do first now is actually set up this poll, and you can actually, whether you're watching this on the replay or watching it live, I want to see if you guys could actually jump in and share your opinion on this poll. It's pretty much, do you currently use ManyChat? I want to know from you guys if you're currently using this tool that is specifically for all Meta products, including Facebook, WhatsApp, and of course Instagram. But I want to know from you guys, are you currently using it at all, whether it's for any one of those products or all of them? Let me know right now with a simple thumbs up or a thumbs down in the comments. And if you are watching this live, you can put a thumbs up or thumbs down using the poll that I had just put onto the screen right now. It should be there right now as you see it. Go ahead and put in your answer to this poll question. Do you currently use ManyChat? Please bear with me as I literally just got in the office from picking up my daughter. That's how live is. It's just living life live. And that's how Angela always likes to put it. We are going to be going over ManyChat DM automation discussion today in regards to those topics that I just mentioned. I know that you guys have heard about this amazing tool on Instagram, so I'm going to break it down for you. As your chatbot whisperer, your chatbot specialist, I happen to do this for a living, so I hope that you take a little bit of my perspective with a little bit of meaning behind it. So we're going to break it down. If you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Put them in the comments as well. Angela says she does have ManyChat. I know that you do. You got it. You're ahead of the game. For anybody else that is jumping into this live, go ahead and put your vote. Do you currently use ManyChat? Now, a lot of people here have heard this term recently due to the Instagram fiasco that just occurred, but many people have not, and they have no idea of what it is. Even during this past weekend when Instagram kind of quietly put them on blast, I got a lot of questions about what is this ManyChat and what is it supposed to do. So let's get into the first question as I get everything here loaded on my screen here. Like I said, feel free, guys, if you guys want to send in comments during the live. If you guys are watching this on the replay, I will be responding to comments that you leave afterwards. So go ahead and leave them down below. Let's see. So what is ManyChat? First thing first, ManyChat is an official Meta business partner. What that means is it's not one of those type of apps where it might seem a little bit sketchy. Maybe you should use it, maybe you shouldn't. You don't think that if you use it, maybe your Instagram account might get shut down or you might get action blocked. It's not one of those type of accounts. This is an official Meta business partner, which means they work with Instagram. They work with Instagram's parent company, Meta. And that's how they have access to all of the other products that Meta produces. Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and of course, Instagram. So they are an official Meta business partner. Using them will not get your account shut down, or as Instagram kind of alluded to mistakenly, that they won't recommend your post because you're using certain practices that ManyChat endorses. That's not true. Don't believe that falsehood. ManyChat is backed by Meta, and you can use it. You have the right to use it, and there's a direct connection on how you can do that. So now that we got that out of the way, what exactly is ManyChat? One of the best ways to kind of sum it up is it is a chat marketing software that works on Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Like I said, those are the 3 platforms right now that Meta owns. They also own Threads, but we haven't heard anything just yet if they're going to be working with Threads as well, which that might be a whole other conundrum. But we'll get to that point when it actually occurs, if it occurs. Right now, it's only WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram that it works with. For the intentions of this conversation that we're having, we're going to focus more on the Instagram aspect of using ManyChat. So it is chat marketing software. Now, that might be another term that you may have never heard of before, chat marketing. It is rather new in the marketing world, but I am positive that you have come across it in your own daily happening in regards to whether it's business or personal affairs. You may have come across the use of chat marketing. You may not even have known it. So chat marketing is pretty much the concept of using conversational methods and strategies, standards, and technologies to communicate a message. Now, that might sound like a little bit of a mouthful. It's pretty much saying that you use conversation to either sell, to educate, to entertain, to promote in some way, shape, or form. It sounds familiar to its big brother, email marketing, which it is very closely related to that. But it has certain advantages that email marketing just cannot, it can't stand on par with. And that's why chat marketing is so important and is continuing to grow a mass market. So, regard to chat marketing, the technologies that it includes is text messaging. So you can use SMS in regards to chat marketing, as well as what we're talking about mostly today, the DMs. And when I say DMs, I'm talking about direct messages on Instagram. So I want to give you guys a couple of examples of where you might even had, a first-hand experience of using some of these technologies and just chat marketing in general. For instance, when you're at a restaurant and you put your name on the list, back in the old days, what you used to do was actually literally write your name on the list, or the hostess would. And then when it's your time, they would actually call out your name. You had to stay in the area of where they were going to be calling out your names so you didn't know if your table was ready or not. That doesn't exist nowadays. We have technology, we're much more advanced. And generally what you do now is you give the hostess your phone number. And with the phone number, you could go and travel anywhere you want. You could go to another store. You could go back in your car and wait. You can do whatever you want because the hostess, when your table is ready, the hostess will inform you via text message. That's chat marketing. And you could accept the message. You could decline the message. You could continue on conversations with that company, the restaurant, and maybe even receive coupons and discounts and things like that matter, all from your phone. It's all via conversational practices. This is something that we've been doing long before DMS and ManyChat has really come out. It's just that there was not really an official term for it, but that's pretty much what you've been doing. You've been practicing chat marketing from a customer standpoint. Another example is and this one's a little bit more related to Instagram. I'm sure you've seen these posts before, but when you comment a keyword on a reel or a carousel, maybe even during an IG live, and an action occurs. Some form of chatbot responds to that keyword and it'll send you either a link, maybe a freebie right in the DM, maybe it'll start a full-on conversation with you and you go back and forth with the chatbot providing information so that way maybe you sign up to a giveaway or a contest. That's all chat marketing. Chat marketing is using the power of conversational technology and practices to persuade or continue a message with you as the other person on the other line, as the contact. So that's pretty much what chat marketing is. And ManyChat is pretty much the number one world industry leader when it comes to that, particularly when it comes to Instagram. But it's really incredible when you think of all of the different aspects of what you can do with chat marketing rather than just a simple use of sending a link in the DMs. I know that's what the majority of people use it for, but there is so much more that you can do with ManyChat. And we're going to break that down in this IG Live. For those that are just now joining, I'm asking, it might be on the screen, it may not. If you see this live, it's on the screen. If not, it may not be on the screen, but I still want to know from you. Do you currently use ManyChat? Put it in the comments below. Go ahead and share. If you're watching this live, go ahead and activate it using the poll that's on the screen. I want to get a gauge of how many people is actually using ManyChat. And if you've never heard of it before, go ahead and put that in the comments as well. I want to know if you've never come across it before and if this is something that might be interesting to you. Maybe you've come across it from the customers or contact standpoint where you put in a keyword and you saw the action take place from other people's Instagram accounts. I want to know from you guys, what has your experience been with ManyChat? Whether you use it, whether you use it as a contact or a customer. I want to know from you guys as we get into our next question of how ManyChat works. So I gave you an idea of chat marketing, which is the whole practice of what ManyChat does, but I didn't tell you how it does it. So let's get into the fact that what it does, it pretty much creates automated messages. It's not coming off with these messages off the fly. You program your chatbot to respond in certain ways. So to break it down, it provides you a way to create automated DMs that respond to a contact's input or interaction. And when I say interaction, I'm gonna break it down, but what ManyChat calls them are triggers. There are certain triggers that a contact might do that might activate that chatbot. So certain triggers might be, as you're probably accustomed to comment on a keyword, comment on a post or IG story or anything like that. You comment a specific keyword and then the chatbot in the background responds, and it just livens up and it activates, and all of the automated messages that you planned are now being sent to this new contact. You could activate that form of trigger or interaction, whether it's on a reel, a post, an IG story, an IG live, all of those type of surfaces on Instagram that allow you to put in comments. You can activate a chatbot from using ManyChat. So that's a great way of getting people to actually start the conversation rather than telling them the familiar, go to the link in my bio and I'll send you a link. That's the old school way. This is the new school way, where you meet the customer where they are. If they're on IG stories, don't tell them to go to the link in bio. If they're in the IG live, why tell them to leave that IG live and then go to the link in bio and then have to search for the link? Meet them where they are. Tell them where they are to drop a keyword, comment it, DM it to you directly, and then your chatbot will respond with whatever you automated it to purposely respond with, which is a great way to actually, save some time and energy by it doing it and not you. One of the other aspects in regards to how ManyChat works is the fact that one of the triggers, I don't see a lot of people use this one, is the mentions. If you're mentioned or tagged in an IG story, you can actually program your chatbot to respond to that person who mentioned and tagged you. This is a great way to start the conversation and even have a few other bonuses alongside with it. So imagine the idea that maybe you told somebody that you're running a contest, and the best way for them to enter this contest is to actually share that post. Whatever the post announcement of the contest is, for them to enter, they have to share it to their community. Well, what will actually happen at that point is when that person shares that post and tags you in it, your chatbot will respond. It knows that it's been tagged, and you could have automated messages that now respond to the fact that it's been given a shout out via IG stories. So imagine the possibilities of the fact that if it is a contest, you can now leave a message that says, thank you for your entry. You've now been accepted into this contest. Maybe you're a mom and pop store perhaps, and if somebody shouted out the fact that they love your product and they love your service, you could send them a warm thank you immediately in the chatbot. It's all automated, and maybe even sprinkle a little coupon or a discount along that to try to motivate them to come again. These are all different ways for that we could communicate with people that are in contact with us on Instagram very easily via automated messages. ManyChat is changing the game in so many ways beyond just the simple send links. That's a great way to use it, but there are so many ways to think outside of the box to get into the person's inbox. There's a few other ways that you could actually trigger a ManyChat chatbot. One way is called conversation starters. Now you may have seen this. I'm seeing them a little bit more popular now when I go to people's DMs. When you go to a DM for the very first time of somebody that you've never messaged before, you're now prompted with buttons. So the DM is open, it's blank. You haven't communicated with them before, but there are now buttons prompting there with questions or some other type of keyword for you to interact with. And when you tap the button, one of the automated messages that person has already set up begins. It's almost as if you typed in the keyword, whether it was on a post or an IG story, but instead it all takes place right initially from the DM. This is a great way to get the conversation started, When you think about it from the viewpoint of, let's just go back to the mom and pop store, one of their frequently asked questions, I am sure every local business gets, is, when are you open? What is your address? And I am positive that these store owners love getting these questions, but they don't love answering it all the time because it's repetitive. It takes time out of their day that they have to go and respond to each and every single person with the same answer. Well, if you would use a conversation starter, you could actually program one of those buttons to answer that question. So the question could be, when are you open? What is your hours of operation? Or another question could be, where are you located? What is your address? You could have automated messages so programmed well that maybe when they ask, where is your address? You not only send them the address, but you send them the Google Links map that sends them immediately there, and they can just plug in their own address and they know how to find you exactly from where they are. Hours of operation, you can make it so smart and logical that you could tell it exactly not just your hours of operation, but if you're currently open, depending on when that person sent the message. This is the power of chat marketing when we use it the right way, logically, and personally. And as a customer, it's just satisfying. You don't have to wait for a response because that's what generally happens. If they ask a question, you as a contact, as the owner, you have to respond, and hopefully in the right amount of time. If they're waiting for hours, you might have just lost business. You might have lost a sale. This is a great way for you to actually increase your response time so that it's much shorter and people are actually receiving messages faster from your chatbot and they're getting the information that they need. It doesn't need to be personal. This isn't answers like how to actually fix something that they want to get information directly from you. This is kind of the mundane information that they get asked all the time, and they don't necessarily care if it's from you directly or a chatbot. They're more focused on getting the answer. And this is just a beautiful, quick, fast, and a simple way for them to do that that helps you save time and them as well. So let's see what else I have to share with you guys about ManyChat. Like, one of the things I've always said about ManyChat is that it helps you create that chatbot. You know, you could make it simply programmed to just send links, and that could be it. And that could be exactly what your chatbot does. But if you really want to take it far, you could actually give it different tasks for it to do that maybe you don't want to do. Maybe all of those things that I just discussed are all just part of its responsibilities that you've given it that it now has to take care of. The more tasks you give it, is the more responsible your chatbot becomes in charge of certain actions that you rely on your chatbot to take care of. I like to consider the chatbot sometimes like the employee that doesn't ask for sick days, it doesn't ask for vacation, and it's working for you 24/7, 365. If you have another employee that works for you that hard, then you need to give them an award. You need to be probably paying them a lot more than you're paying them now. But with a chatbot, which is a cost-effective maneuver, cost-effective strategy and way for you to actually do all of that and actually save time and energy so that you're not taxing it from somebody else's schedule or time as well as your own, it's a no-brainer. This is a great way for you to actually utilize ManyChat and so many other aspects of the features that are available from it to just really simplify and, you know, just make it more effective and efficient the way you run your business on Instagram. And we're only talking about Instagram right now. As I stated, ManyChat does work for some of the other Meta products. We're going to talk about only Instagram for now. If you want to ask more questions about some of the other products, feel free to DM me, slide in the DMs. I'm always open to answer any questions that you may have. In regards to ManyChat, it does give you back your time and energy so that you don't have to focus on those mundane routine tasks that the chatbot could take care of. Once again, answering frequently asked questions, collecting information from users. It could take care of all of that while you put your time and energy elsewhere in the business. That is probably much more priority given. Another aspect of ManyChat is that it is potentially limited by only two things. And I think it's very important for you to understand what these two things are. One of them pretty much are the rules that Meta has put upon ManyChat that they must abide by. Now, Meta, the parent company of Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp, they have to protect their product. In this case, that product is Instagram. And not only do they have to protect their product, they have to protect their users. What I'm trying to get to is they don't want you spamming them. Because when you spam them, whether you're using a technology as incredible as ManyChat, what is going to happen is those users are not going to be happy. And unhappy users means that they leave the platform. And if they leave the platform, that means less money for Meta. Meta does not want that. Meta is in the business of making money. Look at any of their actions, and it always goes back to making money. So, with that mindset, understand that these rules that they put onto ManyChat is only for the safety, the protection of their platform and users. So there are certain rules that you must abide by that you will learn about using ManyChat. But for now, just understand at the end of the day, if you could abide by these rules, it's pretty much simple things that are logical. Don't spam, don't send naughty messages and images like of that sort. You'll be fine. I would actually recommend though, please read the community guidelines on Instagram so that you make sure that you stay compliant with what they are suggesting that you do. You don't want to get your account shut down because of something that you could have controlled, but yet you automated against. The other aspect that I like to say that is a limit, but it really only depends on you, and that's your creativity. Now, with all these rules aside, once you're able to follow the rules, you know what type of walls you're within, and your chatbot can play around in. That's when things get really incredible, because as much as you may be limited about doing certain things that Instagram or Meta, I should say, protects their platform and users against, there's so much space for you to explore. Now, I know ManyChat is pretty much used mostly for sending links. It's a great solution compared to just telling people, go to the link in my bio. Ain't nobody got time for that. What we are doing now is trying to work smarter and not harder. And there are other ways that you could do that utilizing ManyChat. I'm going to share a few ways that you can actually do that. I have a few templates of my own, and I'll explain a little bit more about them later during this conversation. But one of the templates of that I offer from my ManyChat template collection, I call it the Grow Your Followers with Comments. And I'll give you an idea of how it works. Well, one of the questions that I generally get from users is, how can I contact and send a DM to every single person that follows me? And I unfortunately have to respond, that is against Meta's guidelines. That goes completely against their policies. That is by definition spamming. You are spamming your audience on an automated level. Meta is not having that. They do not allow you to do that with ManyChat. I apologize if that's what your intentions were and you didn't want to hear that during this conversation. I'm just keeping it real with you. But like I also said, you got to think outside of the box to get into the inbox. So I've created a way for you to actually contact who most likely would be new followers. So what this practice is, as I said, I call it the Grow Your Followers with Comments. And how this works is you apply an automation specifically to pinned posts. And the reason why pinned posts is because pinned posts stay at the top of your profile until you decide to unpin it, which means when somebody visits your profile, they're more likely to visit those pinned posts than any other posts on your page. That's good real estate. That's good location for you to actually aim a campaign on. So that's what this pretty much is. We're aiming a campaign for growth on your pinned post. So on this post, that automation, what it does is when people comment on that specific post, your chatbot is activated. And what it does is it looks at the person who just left a comment. If that person is not following you, it will send a message directly to them, giving them a quick DM, nudging them to say, hey, if you like this content enough to leave a comment on, why not follow for more content from this person? The message is something along those lines, and obviously because it's a template, you can change the messaging as you want, but the functionality remains the same. The chatbot is only going to respond to those who do not follow you yet. So you have an opportunity here to reach out via DM to only non-followers when they comment on specific posts that you pinned to your Instagram. This is how I've gotten around that question of how to contact everybody that just decided to follow me, because most people that decide to follow you, they're going to check out that post. Now, the only thing left is to figure out how to engage them on a level that everybody wants to respond. And that's where, you would use a really smart and fun call to action. To give you an example, what I've done on my own Instagram is I made a little game out of mine. If you've ever seen these posts, the start here posts where most likely people give information about themselves, I've used that same concept, but I made it a game. So as much as I share information about myself actually in the reel, the information goes by very quick. It's like it lasts maybe half a second. The goal is for the viewer to stop the reel at a certain fact that I share. So for instance, one of the facts might be I was born in Brooklyn, New York. The goal is now for that viewer to respond to that question as well in the comments. So if I stated I live in Brooklyn, New York, in the caption, it would say you have to answer the same question in the comments. So then the person responds with wherever they lived in the comments. The chatbot is activated and determines if that person responds is a follower or not. If that person is not following me, at that point it sends out that DM nudging the person, hey, I think you should probably follow this person, because if you were brave enough to comment on this piece of content, you're probably going to like some of the other content that this person is going to share. That's just one of the templates that I have in my ManyChat templates collection, and I'll share a little bit more about them later. But I got a little bit more to discuss, and that's pretty much the next big question that most people ask me: how to set up ManyChat. Now, I'm not going to go through the nitty-gritty details of every single point, because we'll be here for another half hour. We're already near the half-hour point. But what I am going to do is kind of give you guys the play-by-play a little bit of the main highlights of what you need to do to get set up with ManyChat. So let me break it down for you. There are a few requirements of what you need to set up ManyChat. The first one, I think is kind of obvious. You need an Instagram account. If you're going to be using it on Instagram, you need an Instagram account. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Best thing is, though, what you would need is a professional Instagram account. Now, what that means is you have the decision to make your Instagram account either business or creator. It has to be one of those types for you to utilize ManyChat. The other aspect of the account on Instagram are pretty much just personal, and those won't work with ManyChat. So that's the first thing that you need. You need an Instagram account, and it must be a professional one that is either creator or business. The next option that you need a Facebook business page. This is hands down a must, is absolutely required. You cannot have ManyChat running on your Instagram account if it is not connected to a Facebook business page. So you must have a Facebook account, and you must convert it to a business page, or add a page to that Facebook account that is a business page. That is absolutely required and necessary. So now that you have those two things, you have an Instagram professional account and you have a Facebook page, you have to connect them. Now, you can either connect them when you are creating either the page first or the Instagram account last, or you could come in afterwards after both have been set up already. Maybe you're starting off and you've already have both running. You can go back in and make those changes. So if you already had the Facebook page account and it's completely not connected yet to your Instagram, you can go in and make that change. And I'll share exactly how you can do that. The best way to go ahead and do that, if you've already have it running on Instagram, is to go to the settings, go to account, and then look to switch to professional account. At that point, they're going to, walk you through the process. They'll get a little bit more information from you, and you're going to get to a point where they ask you, is this a business or is this a creator account? You could choose either or. At that point afterwards, they'll ask you if you want to connect your Facebook page. That's the best time to do it. Connect your Facebook page, make sure you select the right one, and at that point, they are now connected. The last step is pretty much just to set up your ManyChat. And luckily for you, what I've done is I've taken the liberty to put on this description of this very post, of this very video, an affiliate link that you could use to sign up to ManyChat and get 14 days free of their ManyChat Pro plan. The ManyChat Pro plan has access to all of their incredible features. It is unlimited, the features that you have access to. And I would highly recommend for you to get access to that. The ManyChat Pro plan, using the link on the description for a 14-day free trial. Once again, that is an affiliate link. It comes at no extra cost to you, but it does help support my channel, which I am very appreciative for. So if you are looking to sign up to ManyChat, once you have all of these 3 requirements completed, you have the Facebook page, you have the Instagram account set up as a business or a creator account, and then you have them connected. At that last step, you are now able to register on ManyChat. And as I stated, the link is in the description. So make sure you go ahead and take opportunity to get that 14-day free trial using the link in the description. Now, that is how you set up ManyChat. There's a lot more details to it. I didn't go through the exact details on how to set up the Facebook page, exact details on how to set up Instagram. I think by now, if you're watching this video, you probably already have an Instagram account, so you already should be good there. But those are the basics. You need those 3 things before you actually set up your ManyChat registration and account, and then you're good. And then at that point, you're able to take advantage of the incredible world of DM automation on Instagram. If it seems a little bit daunting to you, you're in the right place, because what I actually do is I create templates to help make that process easier. Simple templates to set up. They're pretty much click and it starts the installation on ManyChat, and it'll walk you through a few prompts just to get you set up. And at that point, all you have to do is change the messaging in the DMs. And I highlight all of that in the template. So I want to take a moment to explore the templates that I have available for you if you are interested. And I call this the ManyChat templates collection. There are 3 different templates. I'll quickly go over them. The first one is the one that I discussed earlier today. It's going to help you grow on Instagram. That's to grow your following with comments. And once again, how that works is you attach this automation to preferably a pinned post, or another great one is to connect it to a post that you do a collab with. Because collabs, you start to increase your reach when you reach out to somebody else's audience. You get a lot of brand new eyeballs that aren't following you just yet. So whether you're connected to a collab post or a pinned post, you have a higher opportunity for you to increase the reach of these posts, meaning more people that are most likely not following you yet are going to interact with this post. And that's what you want, because what this automation does is when somebody posts a comment on it, it's going to determine if that person is following you or not. If they are not following you, it's going to quickly send them a little DM and says, hey, if you took the moment to comment on this content, this post, whether it's a reel or carousel, go ahead and follow this person for more content. Now, obviously that messaging you can change however you want. All of the messaging and all of my templates, you are able to change however you feel. So that's just the first template. The second template is something you might be a little bit more used to. It's what most people use ManyChat for. That's to send links. So the next one is called send links with keywords. And the keywords are what triggers the chatbot. So what is going to actually occur is when somebody either DMs you a keyword, or they comment on a post or on an IG reel, IG stories included, that chatbot is activated and it immediately sends them a link to whatever they requested that you programmed in the ManyChat template. So you can decide where you want to send them to, whether it's a product link or a service. Maybe you want to send them to Calendly. Maybe it's even a foundation or a fundraiser. You decide what that link is going to lead them to. And all they have to do is comment that keyword or DM you directly, and they get it right in their DMs. I'll give you a quick fact about DMs. If you weren't aware, I shared this during my IG Live recently. DMs have a higher open rate than emails. If I remember correctly, the email open rate was in the 30 or 40 percentile range. DMs are 90% opened. 90% of DMs received are open. That is phenomenal. Definitely double, almost triple of what the email open rate is. You got to take advantage of where your customers are and what they are engaging with. And everybody's engaging with DMs, the largest and fastest growing section on Instagram. So go with where your audience is, and hopefully engage a little bit, slide into the DMs, and go ahead and feel free to sell your products, your services, and more. And maybe even grow a mailing list. And that's what my third template actually helps you do. Grow a mailing list with keywords. Now, I take the same concept of send links. When people comment a keyword or they DM a keyword, whether it's from the DMs or a reel or a carousel, no matter where they leave that keyword, the chatbot is activated and all of the automation that you planned, it goes on and it kicks in. But there's a difference. With send links, the main goal is for that chatbot automation to just simply send the link so that hopefully that contact will click the link and either purchase a product, hire them for a service, whatever it may be. Now, what most people do when they're trying to build a mailing list is they send a link to whatever that mailing list provider form is. Let's just say I use MailChimp. Well, most people do is send a link to that MailChimp form so that people go onto this new form's website and fill out the information there. They put in their email address, they put in their contact information, and then they hit, subscribe. That's the way that most people use ManyChat to build their mailing list. I'm taking it a step further. I'm taking it in a way that Instagram would be happy with, and you, as the Instagrammer, would be gaining more benefits from because of the way that it works. We're going to keep that contact, that lead, in the Instagram DMs. You're going to collect all of their information right there in the Instagram DM, where the chatbot actually starts the conversation, tells them what they're going to do, what they can expect, whether it's a freebie or some other type of promise that you've made to them for signing up to your mailing list. And then at that point, it will then ask them what is their email address. The person would send it in, they'll type it in. The next question is either a first name or a full name. The chatbot takes that information, and now with the email address and the contact's name, it sends that data to whatever your mailing list provider is, whether it's MailChimp, ConvertKit, any of those others. And if it's not one that's integrated directly with ManyChat, you can use a platform like Zapier as like the middleman, or even Google Worksheets to send a contact there so that you still have that data. And once you have that data, they are now added to the mailing list. This is fast, simple, and from the customer standpoint, the lead, they're completely satisfied because they didn't have to go to another web page to fill out another form that they're unfamiliar with. You kept them in Instagram. They fill out their whole email address, their contact information. It's all there in the DMs, and they enjoy the fact that you didn't take them off platform and you kept it all in the DMs. And not only do they enjoy that, Instagram enjoys that. The algorithm loves the fact of when you keep the conversation going in the DMs. It keeps increasing the rank. And what ends up happening as a benefit is the fact that you actually get your content seen more by that person you were communicating with back and forth in the DMs, all while you were just getting their information. When you take people off of Instagram, Instagram doesn't like that. Nobody would like that. If you worked hard and you're protecting this environment, this platform that they created, and you send them off Instagram, there is no way that Instagram is going to actually consider that a good thing. We have a question. If I don't have an email provider, are you saying I can use the sheet to collect emails? Absolutely, Angela. If you do not have an email provider, you can use Google Worksheets to collect that data. And you take that data and you could just you import it to whichever mailing provider that you end up selecting. So you keep that email mailing list, you just keep on building it until you're ready to actually use a mailing provider. And at that point, you just simply import it. I think that takes seconds. And you have a mailing list installed, already ready to go in whichever mailing provider that you decide to work with. But if you have a mailing provider, it's simpler because you're sending that contact data directly to that platform. So when people sign up for my templates or a giveaway or anything like that, all of that data is collected in the DMs, but it's sent to my mailing list provider. This increases conversions significantly because that distraction that might occur when somebody goes off platform, it doesn't occur. It's all happening in the DMs. And let's just say, for instance, that distraction does occur. The DM is there waiting. They're still there waiting. And if you want, you can use the chatbot to send follow-up messages. So for instance, what my chatbot does is, after 15 minutes or 30 minutes or so, and the person hasn't responded with an email address or their first name, it sends a follow-up message that says, hey, I noticed you started this process, but you didn't finish. Would you like to continue? And then it prompts them to continue either in the DMs Or perhaps they might want to take it off platform. It's best you give them that option sometimes. But they have either or. Most people prefer to just continue the conversation in the DMs because life happens. You don't know if that person was at work, watching a movie, they got distracted. But when you do it in the DM, it's still there waiting for them, and it just continues. Angela stated, I'll use MailChimp then. Work smarter, not harder. Absolutely. I use MailChimp. I've had no problems with it. It's very simple. It's cost effective. I've heard a couple things about when it gets too high, when you have a large mailing list, but I'm nowhere near that yet, just yet. So I'm enjoying MailChimp as it is right now. I'm curious though, for those that are watching, what mailing list provider are you utilizing? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm using MailChimp. But I know there's so many. There's ConvertKit, there's Active Campaigns, there's ClickUp, there's so many different mailing list providers. What are you watching, or I should say, what are you using as a mailing list provider? Because it might determine if you're able to connect directly to ManyChat, or you might need that middleman like Zapier, the app, the platform, to kind of create the connection between your mailing list provider and ManyChat. But nonetheless, it'll still work. So those are my 3 templates that I offer. If you're interested in that, I also did leave the link in the description as well. You go to my Instagram profile and you DM me the keyword, because that's how we're all talking about it now. We're using DM automation. You send me the keyword templates 1. It's one word, templates 1, as in a number. You go ahead and use that. To answer your question, Angela, you do not need Zapier for MailChimp. There's about 3 or 4 apps, mailing list providers that ManyChat has direct connections to. Off the top of my head, MailChimp is one, ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, there's another one. I don't remember what it is. But they have direct connections into those mailing list providers. So you don't need Zapier. So you would be good with that. But yes, those are my 3 templates that I offer. They're simple to set up. They're quite fast to set up as well. They come with guides, screenshots, and more. If you are interested in that, go ahead. Once again, go to my Instagram profile, social.varsity, and send me the DM templates 1. Thank you so much, Angela. She said, great YouTube live. Thank you. I'm trying. This is a new platform for me. I'm trying. I'm learning a little bit more day by day. I hope that you guys are enjoying this. This is a daily challenge of June. This is only day 2. So I hope that you guys are going to stick it out with me. I really do hope so. We got a lot planned. I'm going to be talking about ManyChat probably every Tuesday. Some different aspect of it I'm going to try to teach you. I might even be able to show you guys a few things. Maybe I'll show you guys something now. If you guys are interested, I'll show you what it actually kind of looks like. So bear with me as I take my phone off of my mount on my monitor, and I'll kind of give you guys an idea of what this looks like. Let's see. Hey, wait, this is all live, right? We trying different things here today. Don't mind my messy desk. But this is an example of ManyChat right here. See if I could get it bigger for you. There we go. So this here is my send links with keywords template. So this is one of the templates that I said I am offering. This is the one that pretty much somebody send a keyword via a comment or a DM, and it will respond. Now, this is probably the simplest one that I have. All of the yellow that you see here, these are pretty much sticky notes. So I provide lots of information. Lots of information for you guys to not be confused at what is going on here. But to be quite honest, when you take this template and you install it, the only things you have to actually work on is this box here and this one. This is where you would put your messages of what you wanted to say. See if I can increase that in size. So right there and there are examples of where you would put what your message is. Everything else that I've built out, I mean, you could look at, I put notes there for you to understand what it does, but you honestly don't need to. It works. And like I said, each template comes with a guide. So you have a guide that walks you through the entire process. Yes, with screenshots. You get all of that. And that's all available for you when you go to my Instagram page. DM me the word templates 1, as in the number 1. and you'll be able to get templates like this. This is the send links with keywords template. Now this is the simple one. As I said, you only have to touch this and this to put in your message. Everything else you pretty much leave alone, except for this. You'll put in the keyword here. Now I'll show you how confusing it could get or how complex. This is my mailing one. Build mailing list with keywords. Now it has a lot of blocks. Once again, you don't really have to touch a lot of them, probably only 2 or 3, where you would put the messaging, and each one is designated and identified. So this one here says to do, optional, the initial message. You can keep it that same message right there. Like this one says, if you're ready to go, if you're ready to join my mailing list, tap the button below or type yes. So I do give alternate ways for you to move forward. You don't just click the button. Sometimes you can type yes, or you could type okay, as an example of this one here. But you don't have to touch a lot of these blocks. Like this here is things that you won't necessarily need to touch, to change. You can if you want, if you are experienced with ManyChat, and I would say, maybe you want to duplicate this and practice around with it. But when you get this template, when you purchase this template, it's built as is, it's built and is working already. All you need to do is to go in and change the messaging. That is all that is required. And like I said, I have 3 templates that are available: the build mailing list, send links, and grow your following. So let me put this phone back here on the post as I start to end this live. We're going on 46 minutes. This is actually a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. I could talk forever. Angela knows that. But if you guys had any questions in regards to what I discussed in regards to ManyChat, the templates that I offer, the discount for the affiliate link, the affiliate link that gives you the discount, or I should say the free trial, 14-day free trial with ManyChat Pro, all of that is in the details of this video. I hope that you take an opportunity to actually explore what ManyChat has to offer you on Instagram. I think it's the next best thing since sliced bread on Instagram. I love it, and I'm always answering questions in my DMs if you have any. So please don't be a stranger. Go to social.varsity on Instagram. Slide into the DMs if you have any questions about this. I would love to answer them and can continue this conversation all about ManyChat, DM automation, and chat marketing. I hope that I was able to explain it to you guys in the best way that you guys seem interested in it and ready to give it a chance. And if you are, go ahead, show a little bit of support by tapping that link in the actual description. And thank you guys. See you guys here tomorrow, 3 p.m., same time, as we do day 3. It's only day 3. I'm already forgetting. Day 3 of the daily YouTube Live challenge. Thank you guys for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Have a great one.